name's Sam, and we are Battlesnake, and we have a brand new album coming out on Friday, the 21st of June. And it's
Ah,
called The
Nice,
Rise and
Unreal.
Demise of the Motor Steeple.
so are you pausing for effect then, or did you actually forget when it was coming?
I just forgot, yes.
Beautiful, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight.
No
Pleasure,
worries.
pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Very cool. So, as you've said, Battlesnake dropped your new album, The Rise and Demise of the Motorsteeple, on June the 21st. So, how you feeling about it?
Great. Very excited.
Pretty good.
You don't look it.
Oh, what? Well, we are. We absolutely are. We've been sitting on it for a while, and we can't wait to share it with the world.
For sure. I mean, there's so much going on, eh? It's kind of like I almost forgot that we had the album coming out this
I
week.
know,
Like,
same.
Yeah.
So did I.
because we're like in the middle of organizing the next Europe tour, and like we've got all these like launch events happening and stuff. It's really exciting, but it's like yeah, I kind of almost forgot, but it is. It's out this Friday.
Yeah.
Fuck, it is. It's that close. Wow. Now, before we go any further, I've got to ask, like, what the fuck are you even talking about with the album title? What does it mean?
Well, it's pretty obvious, I
Obvious.
would say. The Motorsteeple is this gigantic, colossal church on tank tracks that drives the waste eternally and has no brakes. And the album is about the rise and demise of the Motorsteeple. Pretty bleeding obvious.
You just made me feel really,
Yeah,
you made me feel really stupid now. You point out.
Yeah.
It is obvious. Well, if you can't get any sense from me about the title, tell us about the album musically and what you're going for with it.
I mean, I guess an expansion of the sound we've been working on for a while. Some new
Just
exciting flavors to come. Just messing
gross
around.
sounds,
Yeah,
gross
heaps of
guitar
gross sounds.
tones.
There's a few surprises that you will hear on Friday, which will be fun.
Yeah,
And we kind of like branched a bit more out into like the electronics thing. Like we've got like this full kind of dub
Drum
chorus
and bass.
in one of the
Oh,
songs. It's like,
don't
we-
give it away. Come on.
I know. Well, I'm
we're not
teasing,
going to publish this till Friday anyway, so you can say whatever you want.
Oh, great. There we go.
Yeah, I feel like we like really just got super weird with it, and then every time in the studio we thought, oh no, it's too weird. Probably shouldn't do that. We come back the next day and be like, oh no, that's fucking sick. We have to keep that. So I think it's just like it's proof that we need to keep getting weirder.
Is that possible?
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's
think
possible, Chris.
I think
It's possible.
Like, I remember my first introduction to you guys, and I think for the first time in my life, I was actually taken aback by meeting someone. It was insane.
That's great.
That's because we weren't wearing clothes, Chris.
Yeah.
We weren't wearing clothes.
yeah.
Well, you were wearing minimal clothes. You had some on.
We all had our robes on.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
But nothing underneath them.
Yeah.
So, with all due respect, like, you guys were sort of a novelty band when your self-debut album came out, in the respect that, like, you'd been exposed to a lot of new people and a lot of fans because of the run of shows that you did with Jane's Addiction and Smashing Pumpkins. So pretty much everything you touched turned to gold because everyone loved you. Like, was there that much extra pressure on this second one now that basically people have got to recognize you as a band, not just the new kids on the block, I guess?
Yeah, it's funny, eh? That like we definitely are. I don't know. I try not to shy away from the fact that everyone's got like a novelty element to every famous band. They've got like a novelty about them. You know, AC/DC. They've got the school uniform and all this stuff. Like, so I was never like afraid of that, of people giving us that title. But I feel like all those shows that we did kind of prepared us really well for what's slowly happening now. It's still unraveling, but yeah.
Anyone else?
It definitely feels like the record we were supposed to make, and yeah, of course, it's been like such a whirlwind of a period of time, and so much has changed, and we've grown so much, like as a band, both inwardly and outwardly. But I don't know, we kind of just got in there and tried to make music that excited us and we thought was cool. And I don't know, I think we feel very confident in it.
Now, we sort of joked about this before, guys, but you guys have been at a hard slog on this for years and years. But a lot of people just sort of they know you from when you did the Smashing Pumpkins show, you know, and even your press release says like 18 months ago they were playing somewhere small and now they're doing this. So to a lot of people, you guys just came out of nowhere. But there's more than that, eh? Like you've been doing the hard yards for a while.
Yeah, since like 2018, I think. Or end of 2017 or something. Yeah.
But we don't tell people that. We tell people we started last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to have to edit that whole thing out.
No, we learned our instruments at the beginning of the last tour.
Yeah.
We just picked them up. True. It was destiny.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you at what point you guys thought that people started taking notice of you, but you just answered the question before I asked it. So on the album, you've released the singles The Key of Solomon, Alpha and Omega, Motorsteeple, and Pangea Brewer. Is it Brewer? Breaker.
Pangea Breaker.
Pangea. Fucking
Pangea Brewer.
There's a
Oh, God.
Pangea Breaker. Yeah.
So whatever those songs are called, are they good that they should what to expect from the album?
Yeah, but there's I don't know. They're all a bit
different and weird.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all a bit different.
I feel like the few songs that we haven't released as singles are like even weirder than the ones that we've got out right now. Like they're definitely for sure heaps weirder, which is why we didn't release them as singles. And I kind of wish that we did, but I just have to listen to the album.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, just say we know how many tight asses there are out there that won't buy an album; they'll just listen to it for free on Spotify. So, give us 3 songs off the album that people should listen to first to make them want to go out and actually spend money on it.
Ooh.
What's your favorite? Should we do
my favorite?
Favorites?
My favorite one is The Key of Solomon.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. I like I Speak Tongues, which hasn't been released yet, but it's about speaking tongues.
I would say Pangea Breaker, Alpha and Omega, and probably tie between The Key of Solomon and I Speak Tongues.
Very cool.
I did 4. I cheated, but
I know you did everyone else's. Theirs don't count now. You just did it for everybody. With your music, guys, like it's inspired by 70s rock, like Iron Maiden. There's Sabbath in there, Saxon. There's a hell of a lot in there, but you definitely put your own spin on it. So, as a band, this is probably sort of more for younger bands coming out. But as a band, how do you tell when you've gone too far with someone else's music? Like, where's the line between imitation and inspiration? I guess, and where do you draw that line?
Good question.
I think. At least I would say my experience, and I would speak for some of the rest of us, like through imitation, you can never do it quite the same. So it becomes your own sort of by default in a way. And then the more things you imitate, it just becomes this like kind of unconscious melting pot in a way. And I think that's kind of been the way we've developed over our recorded career, I guess, so far, is we're never overtly stealing things, but we're obviously heavily inspired, and then you just kind of chase that feeling, and by default, especially with 7 of us, it just gets kind of knocked around so much that it becomes your own in a way.
Yeah, Dan, I was thinking the exact same thing. It's like because there are so many of us and the influences are so varied, and there's so many of them, it kind of like melts into its own thing just due to the number of people in the band.
Yeah,
cool.
I hope I'm not completely wrong here and make a fool of myself, but have you ever thought of putting a brass section in to try it? Or have you already got one?
A brass section.
Yeah,
We
just
have done one
We have
before.
done that.
Not not like an Earth, Wind and Fire brass section, but we've done on one of our earlier songs, Motor Gut, we had a sousaphone, trombone, tuba kind of ensemble that we put on
maybe
that.
we can put it in Pangea Brewer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys
Pangea
repeating
bra.
that song title on purpose to make me sound like a cunt.
Yeah.
Seems to be coming up a lot.
We're all bullies. Sorry about that.
That's right. I got 2 daughters, mate. I know what it's like to be bullied.
Oh,
Oh.
Kris.
She's in the background smiling now too. She's looking at me and smiling. Like, wait till you get off the phone, Daddy. You're mine. Now, you guys have been described as the love child of Queen, Tenacious D, Judas Priest, and King Gizzard. Like, are you happy with that?
I mean,
I guess so.
Pretty
Yeah.
sick bands. Pretty sick bands. Pretty iconic. Yeah, I feel like I want to sound a bit more like a dragon, I suppose, than any of those, but
Yeah.
don't like you guys.
Yeah. Dragons are pretty cool.
The band or the actual beast?
Oh yeah.
Beast.
No, I'm talking about the beast.
Oh, right.
The band also.
I'm talking to myself going, don't say anything. They're not sounding like dragon. But I don't know with you guys.
Great band.
Never know.
I'm
You never
talking
know.
about the real life creatures.
Now,
Yeah.
you guys have not long come back from a run of shows in the UK, Belgium, and the Netherlands. So, was that your first time overseas, or was it a consolidation tour?
It was the first time.
Yeah. How was it?
Bloody awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was
It's
great.
crazy. It's
Had
actually crazy.
such a good reception from everyone. Had big crowds. It was bloody great.
Yeah. On that, I guess, on the topic of reception, like, 'cause you guys are very theatrical and expressive in your shows, and there's a definite strong presence of Australian humour in there. So, do the people overseas appreciate your humour as much as we do here, or do they freak out a bit?
No, they loved it.
I mean, everyone always freaks out a bit when they see us. They always freak out a bit. But
Yeah.
but I had always thought that that UK and Europe would like we'd have a special place in their heart. So it's nice that we went over there and it was real. I wasn't like lying to myself. Everyone was really like everyone was really receptive and they loved I think they just loved the fact that 7 idiots got on a plane from Australia and flew all the way. Like, how dumb is that?
True, right?
Flew all the way to the UK and Europe and to do a couple of shows for them. So they're just like happy that you're there, which is crazy.
Yes, they probably thought that was you normally. That's how you dressed every day in Australia.
That is how we dress every day, Kris.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be right.
just not for interviews.
Yeah,
interviews we wear normal clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to jump off because I've got a band starting to sound check downstairs.
Tell them to wait.
But
patient cunts.
It's been a pleasure.
Don't they know who you are, Dan?
No, they don't. They certainly don't. But yeah,
no one does.
Finish it up for me, Elliot.
All right, see you, Dan.
Cool.
See you, Dan.
Just I got to edit that bit out
Thank
anyway.
you,
I'll ask you this question now. Like, are you guys happy for me to use the video here with the naughty costume, or do you want me to just use audio?
Oh no, it's fine. I think we're like whatever.
Cool.
Don't take it too. I don't know. Actually, we haven't really talked about it, but whatever.
Well, I'm not going to publish it till I'll probably do it up tomorrow or Thursday. So have a chat with the boys and let me know if you don't want the video. I'm happy to leave it out.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Thanks
Okay.
for asking, though, Kris.
No worries, my man. All right. So, and now you've got now you're home. You're going to be doing a run of Australia to promote the album, starting June the 21st in Byron Bay, then heading to Brisbane, Gold Coast, Newcastle, Sydney, Wollongong, Melbourne, and finishing Adelaide on July the 6th. Like, you guys are going to be sick of each other by the time you finish out in the Europe tour.
Yeah.
Mate, I was sick of them before we even started.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the only place is up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. the Europe tour was like, obviously we've been in such close quarters before, but it was, I don't know, we just love doing it. Like we love playing shows. So every time we get like really angry at each other or whatever, then we play a show and we're all like, oh no, it's all good. It's all like,
But having 7 of you, so like, when you do have your little shifts, like, do you split into little factions? Like, the 4 of you go in that quarter and 3 of you go in that quarter, and how's it work?
Kind of a little
but
bit.
we do have a snorers. We do have a snorers room.
Oh, you've got to have
Yeah.
When we
they shit the
Yeah.
Snorers
fuck out of
room,
people that snore.
non-snorers room.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
actually gets
Although
me
some
going.
of the non-snorers have started snoring, so
in protest.
yeah.
So for those in Australia or in the world actually who have never had the pleasure of seeing a Battlesnake live show, give us a bit of a rundown. What can they expect, and why should they come and see you on this run?
I'll say.
Good answer.
I'll say.
Sam's media training coming in handy there.
They'll see robes and fire sparks and CO2 cannons and crazy visuals with explosions and pentagrams, and they'll see shiny golden horns and volcanoes, tornadoes, dragons, and lava.
The band, not the band dragon.
No, not the band dragon.
Yeah. We've already covered this, Kris. We're only ever talking about the creatures.
Actually, Sam, has anyone ever told you, mate, that out of costume you look like Jake Gyllenhaal?
Wow.
I have got that maybe.
You've got that physical jawline just like him.
Thanks.
Wow.
I was going to say, now I know why you wear a costume.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't. Was that not a compliment?
You can take it whichever way you want, mate. It's about time I confuse you for a change.
I'm going to take it as a compliment.
Awesome. Where can people find out more about these shows, or find out about the band, or get themselves a copy of the album?
They can pre-order. I mean, oh no, because you're doing this on Friday. They can buy the album on the website. We've got records for sale. We've got like these colorful records. It's fun, and they can. Everything's on battlesnake.com.au. So come on down to a show.
And at shows, come to a show.
I would come to a show, mate, but for the 3rd time in a row, you guys have booked a Brisbane show when I'm out of the country. It's
What the hell?
It's not deliberate or personal, is it?
We're checking your Google Cal before we book any shows.
Probably a smart move. All right, boys. Well, The Rise and Demise of the Motorsteeple is out today, June 21. If anyone out there knows what it means, shoot me a message and let me know. Otherwise, get she's a crack.
Breaker, tectonic rift and the cutting rapture, a fetid gas from the planet's core. I bleed in snot and fire and soot, I drill the size of the cosmos. Open the earth, release Leviathan. Satan had sent his masterpiece. Pangea Breaker, Pangea Breaker. The hieroglyphics guide us on the brain. Play in the machine, the excavator, Armageddon and Geobreaker, Telmagino and the Lake of Fire, burning rubber on the funeral pyre. She ascends upon the mortal sea, fire and brimstone